Welcome, time-limited travellers. Are you ready to explore one of the most breathtaking destinations in the world? It's genuinely one of our personal favourites. So join us as we embark on an unforgettable 10-day journey through the Cape Town region of South Africa. From vibrant city life and historic landmarks to serene vineyards and stunning coastal views, Cape Town has something for everyone. Whether you're a foodie, history buff, or an outdoors enthusiast, this itinerary is packed with experiences you'll love. And we'll start our adventure in the heart of Cape Town, exploring its iconic sites and rich culture. Then we'll head to the picturesque regions of Franschhoek and Stellenbosch for some world-class wine tasting, before finally we'll wrap up our trip with a relaxing stay in the coastal town of Hermanus, famous for its whale watching and stunning ocean views. We will of course throw in some suggestions for you if you'd like to extend your trip further, so stick around till the end of the video for those. But let's get into what we suggest is your next South African adventure. Cape Town is located on the southwest coast of South Africa. The city itself is renowned for its dramatic landscapes, with the iconic Table Mountain offering a stunning backdrop. And this is where our journey begins. So day one, you've arrived. Head to your hotel and check in, and we'll share some hotel recommendations at the end of this section, so stick around. But once you're settled, head to the Victoria and Albert waterfront to spend the rest of the day at a leisurely pace after your probably lengthy flight. If retail therapy is your thing, peruse the shops at the Victoria Wharf Mall, where there is an array of both South African and international brands. Or head to a market for some local and handmade options. We recommend Oranjewijk Market or the Watershed Market, where you can try incredible food or buy beautiful artisan souvenirs while supporting local businesses and independent artists. You could take a ride on the Cape Wheel and enjoy stunning views of Table Mountain, and we recommend riding at sunset for the perfect scenery and lighting. And while you're strolling the waterfront, make sure to look out for resident seals swimming in the harbour or sunbathing on the pontoons. But a word of warning for how they smell. Don't miss a quick look at the Zeitz Mocker building for its impressive and unique architecture. It was a grain silo built in the 1920s and has been converted into a museum and a world-renowned luxury hotel. For art lovers, head inside to see exhibitions that showcase contemporary African art. And if you've arrived early enough in the day, take a boat ride or go stand-up paddleboarding to shake off those flight blues. It's amazing to look back at the city from the water. And if you've got kids, we recommend the Two Oceans Aquarium with over 8,000 different types of marine creatures. There are lots of features designed to educate visitors of all ages, and the Jelly Hall is especially amazing. The V&A waterfront has a wonderful atmosphere and is a great place to spend your first evening with amazing food and drink options. There is so much international cuisine to choose from. Check out Firefish for stylish seafood and a sushi bar. The Cantina Social is a casual spot for tapas and cocktails, often with live music or quizzes. And to experience the diversity of African cuisine, head to Amatsweleni with dishes from South Africa, Ethiopia, Morocco and Nigeria, as well as live entertainment and a rooftop bar. And if you couldn't get those pronunciations like I couldn't, then check our links in the description below to explore these restaurant options further. On to day 2 in beautiful Cape Town. If you're an early riser and a proficient hiker, one of our favourite Cape Town activities is hiking Lion's Head at sunrise. Standing at over 2,000 feet, the peak offers panoramic views. There are 2 paths to choose from, depending on your fitness levels and keenness for climbing. There is a longer, easier path, or a shorter, steeper path that involves ladders and chains bolted into the rock, and is, in my opinion, a little bit more fun. Whichever path you choose though, it is a truly rewarding hike and you won't regret that early start to see the sun rising and the most amazing view of Table Mountain and the city. And we recommend checking what time sunrise is and starting your hike approximately 90 minutes before. You can book private hiking tours if you prefer to be with someone who knows the trail and can guide you, but in our opinion, it's not required. And if early morning hiking isn't for you and this hasn't convinced you, don't worry, there's still plenty to do today. So after breakfast, head down to the District 6 Museum, which is open from 9 AM to 4 PM, Monday to Saturday. The museum is a powerful memorial dedicated to the community of District 6, which was forcibly removed during the apartheid era. The museum offers educational exhibits, interactive displays, and the option of a guided tour led by a former resident. It is deeply moving and serves as a reminder of the injustices of apartheid. And our next stop is Bo Cap, only a 10-minute walk away from the District 6 Museum. It is a vibrant and historically rich neighbourhood known for its brightly coloured houses and cobblestone streets. Wander among the scenic streets and take some great pictures. You could visit the Bo Cap Museum to learn about the history and culture of the Cape Malay community. And make sure to have some lunch whilst you're here. Bo Cap is renowned for its unique and flavourable Cape Malay cuisine, which is a blend of Malaysian, Indonesian and African influences. And to conclude our educational activities for day 2, spend the afternoon on a tour of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Robben Island. You can take a 10-minute Uber, which by the way are ridiculously cheap, or a 25-minute stroll from Bo Cap to the Nelson Mandela Gateway on the waterfront. We strongly recommend booking in advance to avoid disappointment and to ensure you're booked for a time to suit you. These tours genuinely do sell out, and we've left a link to our favourite in the description below. The tour lasts around 3.5 hours, including the ferry journey there and back, which offers wonderful views of Cape Town and the mountains. Upon arrival on the island, you'll transfer to a bus which takes you on a tour of key historical sites, including the lime quarry where prisoners, including Mandela, were forced to endure hard labour, the leper graveyard and the Army and Navy bunkers from World War II. The highlight of the tour, if you will, is the maximum security prison, where thousands of political prisoners were held. You'll see Nelson Mandela's cell, which has been preserved as a powerful symbol of the fight for freedom. This evening, you could check out some more of the many bars and restaurant options back on the V&A waterfront. Alternatively, you could drive for 20 minutes just up the coast to Blugerstrand, a seaside suburb. Here you'll find the most perfect sunset views back over Table Mountain from a beautiful beach. Enjoy a dinner at a seafood restaurant overlooking the shoreline. Talking of cars, and as much as Uber is relatively cheap out in South Africa, a top tip from us, definitely hire a car if you can and are confident enough to drive. Driving in Cape Town region offers stunning views and easy quick access to the regions beyond the city centre, which are coming later in this video and not to be missed as part of your trip. Now, it's day 3 and time to embark on a full day tour of the Cape Peninsula, probably best done in Zedkayaha. We recommend heading down the east coast of the peninsula to start, so that you can end on the west side for sunset that evening. Head to Muizenberg first to stroll along the beachfront and see the colourful beach hut. Next, along False Bay, you could stop at Simonstown to see the well-preserved historic buildings and learn about the town's maritime history. And next up will be a highlight for any animal lover. Boulders Beach is home to the famous African penguin colony that you've probably seen and heard about. You can observe these beautiful birds in their natural habitat. Continue down to the coast to Cape Point, where you can walk or take a funicular to the lighthouses for stunning sea views. Here, the Cape of Good Hope is the southwesternmost point of Africa. For the walkers amongst us, you can enjoy a coastal hike down a steep path to the secluded Diaz Beach, or head inland for a walk through the Cape Point Nature Reserve with its wide variety of fauna and flora. Now it's time to start our drive back up the west coast of the peninsula. You could take a break at seaside towns such as Scarborough or Noordhoek on the way. The highlight of your journey back towards Cape Town will be Chapman's Peak Drive, a spectacular stretch of road that offers breathtaking views of the Atlantic on one side and towering mountains on the other. It's literally like driving in a car TV advert. And make sure you stop at a few of the lay-bys to take it all in and get some incredible photos. And once you've fully taken in the beauty of that drive, continue north to end your day in Camps Bay for a well-earned drink and some dinner. With white sandy shores, mountain views and a lively atmosphere, it's the perfect place to watch the sunset and enjoy some great food while reflecting on your trip so far. And quite frankly, you'll be spoilt for choice for seafront bars and restaurants. It's now our final day in the city of Cape Town and time to summit the iconic Table Mountain this morning. To reach the top, you can take the mountain aerial cableway, which runs from 8:30 AM till 7 PM each day, but it does close for particularly poor weather. It is a scenic 5-minute ride to the top with stunning 360-degree views, and if you are going to take this route, we recommend booking your ticket in advance to avoid the queues. Again, link in the description below. But if you prefer to hike one or maybe both ways to the summit, there are a range of trails. Platikip Gorge is the most popular and direct route to the summit. Pipe Track is more leisurely as it follows the contours of the mountain without too steep an ascent. And for the adventurous hikers, our favourite is Skeleton Gorge. It winds you through forests with some ladders to traverse. It is a longer and more strenuous hike than some, but personally worth it, unless your partner's got a hangover, that is. That's personal experience. But either way, you can book a local guide who knows the trails well if you prefer. However you choose to reach the top, you'll be greeted with the most spectacular views, and you can enjoy looking out over all the amazing places you've been to over the last few days. And we've deliberately left this afternoon and evening free for your leisure, so that you can relax or return to something you loved. And if you'd like some inspiration from us, well, maybe consider giving this video a quick like, or dare I say even subscribing to the channel. But no, seriously, for the avid walkers, you could continue your day of hiking and summit Devil's Peak. For a more relaxing stroll, spend some time in Christiansbosch Botanical Gardens. You could head to the picturesque Newlands suburb. For sport enthusiasts, visit the Newlands Cricket Ground, which has stunning views of Table Mountains. And Newlands is home to the South African breweries, where you can learn about the brewing process and taste some local beers. This evening, you could head to Long Street, a vibrant and electric area with a diverse food scene and lively nightlife. And you may be wondering where is best to stay to access all of the amazing places we've shown you. Well, there are a lot of great options. Firstly, you could stay right in the city centre for easy walking to attractions. We'd recommend Sun Square Cape Town City Bowl for a decent, modern hotel. No bells and whistles luxury, but clean, spacious and well located, and does come with a car park. You could stay at the V&A waterfront for views of the ocean. We'd suggest Victoria and Alfred Hotel by Newmark for a really pleasant stay. Personally, our favourite place to stay when in Cape Town is out a bit further in the Newlands. This works well for quick access to roads without city centre traffic, and for the lovely Newlands sites we talked through earlier. It is easy and reasonably priced to get an Uber into the city centre, and our favourite hotel is the Vineyard, with beautiful grounds, Table Mountain views and lovely food including afternoon tea served in the garden. You can see the links to all the accommodation and attractions in the video description below. One final ask before we do leave the Cape Town city life. What's your favourite attraction that we've shown across these 4 days? Have we missed anything? Let us know in the comments below and let's spark a bit of a conversation amongst us. And once that's done, let's head on to day 5. It's time to travel away from the city and towards the serene Winelands, so get ready for a few days of pure indulgence in world-class wine and gourmet cuisine. Across the next 4 nights, we'd recommend staying 1 or 2 nights in Stellenbosch, and then 2 or 3 nights in Franschhoek. We kept this section less structured so that you can pick and choose between recommendations and decide how busy you'd like to be. We'll also share our top picks for accommodation at the end of this section. Firstly, Stellenbosch, which is the second oldest town in South Africa, dating back to 1679. It is a leafy, pleasant university town with Cape Dutch architecture and has a huge amount to offer, regardless of whether you're a wine enthusiast. If you are here to try local wine, which I suspect you are, you'll be spoilt for choice. We love the Waterford estate with delicious wine and chocolate pairings, which you can enjoy in the courtyard as well as taking a tour of the cellars. Clos Melaire winery also features accommodation, a spa and a restaurant with stunning views of the vines. You could enjoy a delicious lunch here, followed by their wine tasting with ice cream. Spire Wine Farm is one of the oldest in South Africa and offers the usual tastings as well as family-friendly activities such as Segway tours and eagle encounters. But when you've reached your wine limit, and for those who don't partake, you won't be disappointed by what else Stellenbosch has to offer. John Hus Cook Nature Reserve is a paradise with extensive walking and biking trails, breathtaking views and waterfalls. Stellenbosch University Botanical Gardens is located in the historic centre of town and houses an impressive diversity of indigenous plants and exotic species. And for art enthusiasts, the Dylan Lewis Sculpture Garden blends art and nature with over 60 sculptures that explore human and animal forms. Now that's what Stellenbosch has to offer from activities, but what about accommodation? And there are lots of amazing accommodation options to suit all budgets in and around Stellenbosch. Our personal favourite, and a little bit bougie, for its stunning surroundings and excellent food, is the 7 Guest Lodge. It's an exclusive retreat a little out of town, nested in Banhook Valley. But for a lower price point, we'd recommend the Log Cabin Lodge, with a relaxed vibes including barbecues and friendly atmospheres. Moving on to Franschhoek, which means French corner in Afrikaans, it is known as the food and wine capital of South Africa. To experience an array of wines on offer, you must spend a day exploring on the Franschhoek wine tram. The tram offers a hop-on, hop-off experience, allowing you to visit multiple wine estates at your own pace. There are 8 coloured routes to choose from, so you can tailor your day to best suit your tastes. Some of our favourite wine estates that you can get to from the tram are Grenade Provence, Le Bray, Le Lude, Eichenhof and Links. And once you arrive at each wine estate, you will be greeted with beautiful seating areas and you'll be able to choose from a vast array of tasting options. Most of them offer their own unique wine pairings, matching each glass of wine to delicious local foods. Some of our favourites were a cheese pairing, hummus pairing, and, I'll be honest, a brownie pairing. Lots of the wine estates also serve full a la carte menus to enjoy a leisurely lunch. Many also offer tours to their cellars or grounds to truly immerse yourself and learn all about the winemaking process, and we strongly recommend booking your wine tram tickets in advance, particularly during peak season. There is much more to appreciate in Franschhoek beyond the wine though, simply strolling down the main high street for boutique shops, art galleries and beautiful architecture. For history lovers, you can visit the Huguenot Memorial Museum to learn about the French who settled in the area in the 17th century. The Franschhoek Motor Museum has a wonderful collection of vintage cars showcasing over 100 years of motoring history. And for the outdoorsy amongst us again, head to the Mount Rochelle Nature Reserve in the Franschhoek Mountains with over 30 kilometres of hiking trails offering wonderful views. For dining in Franschhoek, there are many exceptional restaurants. For fine dining, head to La Petite Colombe or Le Coin Francais, but for a more casual evening but without compromising on taste, check out the French Connection Bistro or Rubens. You'll be spoilt for choice either way when deciding where to stay in Franschhoek. And one of our favourites is the Lavender Farm Guest House, a charming retreat with a lovely pool, delicious breakfast and gardens packed with lavender. Cape View Country House is also an excellent option, and it's more centrally located and offers luxurious rooms and a pool with fabulous views. As always, links to our suggested hotels and attractions are in the description below. And after 8 nights in South Africa exploring the capital and Winelands, you're probably wondering how on earth we're going to finish this trip in true style. But it's now time to head to our final stop on our tour, the coastal town of Hermanus. Today, enjoy the scenic drive from Franschhoek through the Western Cape landscape of approximately 90 minutes. Once you've arrived, stretch your legs with a long walk along the Hermanus cliff path. Take in the rugged coastline with its beautiful wildflowers and bright blue waters. You'll certainly see lots of birds, and you might be able to spot whales, dolphins and seals out to sea. Visit the Old Harbour Museum to learn about the town's fishing heritage. And if you want to relax in the sunshine for the rest of the day, there's a lot of excellent local beaches to choose from. We loved our time on Grotto Beach and Sandby, and if you want a more active afternoon, head to Fernkloof Nature Reserve, a stunning area in the Klein River Mountains above Hermanus. There's over 60 kilometres of well-marked trails with something suitable for all fitness levels, and if you're lucky you might spot various animals such as the grey raybook, klipspringers or even baboons. Now, before we get to our final day, if this video has given you any inspiration on visiting South Africa, please do consider subscribing to our channel. We aim with every video to share our personal experience of travelling the world and how best you can maximise your time away. And if we've done that in this video, please do consider subscribing so you don't miss out on our future videos. But on to the final day of our trip. And it's definitely last but not least, you cannot visit Hermanus without embarking on a whale watching tour. From June to November is the best time to see the majestic southern right whales when they come close to shore to mate and calve. Book your tour in advance to avoid disappointment, and we recommend southern right charters. You'll spend approximately 2 to 3 hours out on the boat, guided by experienced staff who are whale specialists and provide educational commentary throughout. As well as the southern right whales, you're almost certainly likely to see an array of wildlife like dolphins, seals and marine birds, and by an array I genuinely mean hundreds and if not thousands of birds. It's truly an unforgettable experience and an absolutely must when in the Cape Town region. Unsurprisingly, seafood is a great option for dining in Hermanus. Make sure to check out Fisherman's Cottage for excellent fresh fish, a quaint and cosy spot which was built in the 1800s and was the family home of generations of fishermen. For daytime eating, head to Just Pure Bistro. It's right on the seafront and serves delicious lunches, but make sure to save some room for their incredible cheesecake. Like all the places on this trip, there are so many lovely places to stay in Hermanus. For a luxury option, we'd recommend the Marine Hotel, situated right on the cliff path and offering elegant suites, a heated pool and excellent dining options. But for a more budget-friendly option, but not compromising on space and comfort, we love Ridge House, a lovely guest house with stunning views and a short walk down into town. Now, we've come to the end of our travels around Cape Town, but if you've got more time to explore South Africa further, we promised you a few options and we've definitely got some recommendations of seeing more of this beautiful country if you can. Here's a few of our favourite places. First up, it's Kruger National Park, one of Africa's largest game reserves. Head to Kruger for an incredible safari experience. It's possible to see all of the big five in their natural habitat, and there's an amazing array of options from guided tours, luxury lodges, and camping experience to enjoy. Johannesburg is second, a vibrant city rich in history. You could stop over on your way to Kruger. Visit the Apartheid Museum and Constitutional Hill for stark reminders of historical oppression. There's also Gold Reef Theme Park, Joburg Zoo and the Lion and Safari Park for fun and kid-friendly activities. And finally, it's a road trip along the Garden Route. Embark on an epic drive along 300 kilometres of coastal road famous for beautiful beaches, dramatic cliffs and forests. Don't miss out on Mosel Bay, Knysna and Tisnakama National Parks. And if you do have any questions, do leave them in the comments below. We will respond to every single one of you. But otherwise, we leave you with some of our other favourite travel guides, which are great options of where to explore next time you put your out of office on. But either way, don't miss out on South Africa.
Sunrise on the hills, drumming fills the